Alright, what up, peace, 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 what up? Um, just back with another, video or lesson. Well, video lesson. I want to talk about, a movie that everybody seen growing up. It's actually my brother, his favorite movie, The Lion King. And it's kind of like scriptural in to a degree. I know sometimes on here I talk about like TV shows or movies or um, different variables, different things of in pop culture, how that kind of relates to scriptures. I do that because I covered because I made a video about a while ago on Dragon Ball Z, but I do that sometimes because they actually hide. It's actually most if you're watching certain things, TV shows or movies, you can catch certain things if you read scriptures and whatnot. And also, like the first time hearing uh the image hearing about the real image of Christ was watching the episode of Good Times. That was a because growing up in the church, Christian church. I didn't. I mean, I didn't really know that who the true image of Christ. He was a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, or Israelite from the tribe of Judah. So I learned that now later on, like a year ago. But um, yeah, so watching that episode Good Times, that was the first time I saw the actual true image of, and a lot of people, uh, true image of, you know, Christ, or hearing about the real identity of Christ, and that was happens like decades ago. That was in the '70s, so you know, so I touch on certain things sometimes, how certain things have even other people on online and different on different channels and different platforms make videos about different movies, do like reviews, or see how they put certain things from scriptures in the movies. But um, I want to talk about the Lion King because it was it's kind of similar to now because you notice in the Lion King, right, when it was kind of like I seen a meme of a Lion King, and I'm gonna try to use it as a thumbnail. It's seen it on like on Facebook, on Instagram, and it was like how you know Esau Edom, like his current rulership. Like think about when Scar took the throne, was in power over you know in power when he took when he was in power over Pride Rock. Well, not Pride. I'm forgetting the name. He took over in the land. So that was basically telling you that and how things were, how everybody was starving, how it was like famines. Everything was in chaos, right? So that was kind of it was like a me Jacob and Esau. It kind of reminded me of Second Esdras 6 and 9, how it's like Jacob and Esau element into that. Like it was telling you that Scar wasn't supposed to be in power because remember when Simba defeated Scar at the end, all the earth was at peace again. So I'm gonna get a scripture on that. Second Esdras chapter 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So that was kind of what that was telling you. That kind of scripture reminded me of that. Like Scar kind of symbolically or spiritually represented like Esau, how they really weren't supposed to be in power, and how the world is, but everything when it was in this proper context given to the right uh uh person, or like person to rule, or like even people to rule everything, the earth was at peace. So that kind of remind me of that. So I'm reading again, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that follows. So it was already that's kind of what I wish I had the meme. I'll probably try to use that as the thumbnail, but um it kind of remind me of that scripture, and another one in Ecclesiastes. Let's get that in Ecclesiastes. Um, Ecclesiastes 7:7. How the Most High. It basically is like most. It was Most High. He they did how this current kingdom they weren't really supposed to rule. Like they're not really supposed to be in rulership. Like this current rulers this kingdom of Edom or so-called Caucasian, they weren't meant to rule, but who are disobedience and biblical prophecy. That's how things were. So in the Lion King, if you watch it really closely, it kind of shows you that with Scar kind of being Esau and Simba, um, symbolically in the way being Jacob. So that's kind of what it was getting at. It kind of came to my mind the other day, but let's get Ecclesiastes. Uh, it's Ecclesiastes. Verse 7. Verse 7 and hold on, y'all. I might have wrote down. Okay, no, I think I'm. Okay. Okay, yeah, there it is. I wrote down the wrong thing. Ecclesiastes verse 10 and 7, not chapter 7. I'm sorry, y'all. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants as upon the earth. So I'm gonna read it again. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. So that's basically what's going on now. The people that's supposed to be in power, our people, children of Israel, sons of Jacob, are supposed to be, but through our disobedience, that's why we're in this, captivity. And that's basically the same thing as Second Esdras 6 and 9. So, and this was like how it was supposed to be from Genesis. So I'm actually read it again. Second Esdras chapter 6, verse 9. So for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that follow. Is the beginning of it that follows. So basically, all of this is like Esau is the end of this current thing, and because people say the end of the world, but the scriptures say like the earth will abide forever, but it's basically a transition of power, basically, from so-called Caucasian rulership Esau to Jacob, what the kingdom become, which hopefully I'm a part of, and hopefully everybody watching a part of. Hopefully, majority of our people are part of the kingdom to come. And all that it is basically the kingdom to come is a world to come. It's so that's all it is. So it's like when you see these movies about the end of the world and all that, it's just their end of their rulership. It's not it's not talking about the world to come, because the world to come, Israel will be empowered, the kingdom to come. So that's what basically Second Esdras 6 and 9 is saying, and that's what basically I'm talking about the Lion King, because at the end, how everything was at peace, and after Scar fell off, and and Simba, which spiritually or symbolically, that's not spiritually, well, spiritually and symbolically was Jacob, and Scar was spiritually Esau. That's what it is. It was a transition to power to Jacob, to Israel, or to in the movie, to Simba, who was really supposed to be king. So that movie said a lot. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick, because if you read scriptures, when Genesis, Jacob Esau, Jacob means it's a plant, and how he grabbed the heel of Esau. That's symbolically meaning that he's meant to take over. So that's all that was spiritually, and that's basically what Second Esdras 69 is saying. So there's other brothers out there that would explain it better than I did, but I just explain it for the best way I can. I'm using that the Lion King as an example because that's what kind of reminded me of it. So appreciate y'all watching. Sorry for us, sort of stuttering or when I'm just trying most of the time to get my thoughts together on what points I want to bring out and scriptures I want to bring out. So hope all is well with everybody. So might do some more videos today. So yeah, pray to all is well. So peace.